Biag ni Lam-Ang, written by Pedro Bucaneg and narrated by Raymond Luis Garcia. Don Juan and his wife Lam-Ang lived in Nalbuan, now part of La Union, the northern part of the Philippines. They had a son named Lam-Ang. Before Lam-Ang was born, Don Juan went to the mountains in order to punish a group of their Igorot enemies. While he was away, his son Lam-Ang was born. It took 4 people to help Lam-Ang give birth. As soon as the baby boy popped out, he spoke and asked that he be given the name Lam-Ang. He also chose his godparents and asked where his father was. After 9 months of waiting for his father to return, Lam-Ang decided he would go look for him. Lam-Ang thought Lam-Ang was up to the challenge, but she was sad to let him go. During his exhausting journey, he decided to rest for a while. He fell asleep and had a dream about his father's head being struck on a pole by the Igorot. Lam-Ang was furious. When he learned what had happened to his father, he rushed to their village and killed them all except for one, whom he let go, so that he could tell other people about Lam-Ang's greatness. Upon returning to Nalbuan in triumph, he was bathed by women in the Amborayan River. All the fish died because of the dirt and odor from Lam-Ang's body. There was a young woman named Ines Kainoyan, whom Lam-Ang wanted to woo. She lived in Kalanutian, and he brought along his white rooster and grey dog to visit her. On the way, Lam-Ang met his enemy Sumarang, another suitor of Ines, whom she fought and readily defeated. Lam-Ang found the house of Ines surrounded by many suitors, of all whom were trying to catch her attention. He had his rooster crow, which caused a nearby house to fall. This made Ines look out. He had his dog bark in, and an instant the fallen house rose up again. The girl's parents witnessed this and called for him. The rooster expressed the love of Lam-Ang. The parents agreed to a marriage with their daughter if Lam-Ang would give them a dowry valued at double their wealth. Lam-Ang had no problem fulfilling this condition, and Ines were married. 3 years later, Lam-Ang and Ines finally settled and gained a son. One day, Lam-Ang was stricken by a terrible nightmare. For the sake of his son and the ancestors before him, he had to pass through an ancient ritual in which he had to fish deep in the depths of the ocean for a golden shell. He knew he would die, but he prayed to the gods, and they gave him a sign of hope. He told Ines his predicament, as well as the omens of his death and rituals of his resurrection. The day finally came. People gathered from all over the place to witness Lam-Ang dive for the golden shell. As soon as he dived, the Berkakan suddenly emerged from the depths and gruesomely ate Lam-Ang. Back home, Ines wept for 3 days and finally had the courage to gather Lam-Ang's bones, in which were by then scattered through the shore. As per ritual given by Lam-Ang before his death, she was to wrap them in red silk and recite a few incantations. Returning home, she ripped off a red silk curtain and wrapped the bones in them. Turning her back and whispering the incantations, she could hear the bones reforming into a new body. In a few moments, Lam-Ang returned from the land of the dead. He, Ines, and his baby were granted immortality. spending eternal bliss in the rice fields of Elysium. Biag ni Lam-Ang, written by Pedro Bucaneg and narrated by Raymond Luis Garcia. Thank you.